I like cars, especially underrated cars, just like this Maserati GranCabrio Trofeo.
This is also a bit of unknown territory for me, but I really like Maserati. I've always liked Maserati. The only thing is that they are known for their reliability. I don't know how it is on this car, we'll talk about that in a minute, but I loved Maserati since the MC20 and before. But the MC20 was just game-breaking for Maserati. They just made such beautiful designs like this, and now they are creating Italian art. I think this car looks really, really good. So Maserati started with this new generation. This is the GranCabrio, which of course is a cabriolet with a soft top, which comes underneath here, and they also have a coupe. Well, I've seen this car before in St. Moritz, where it was in its snow habitat, and I already thought that this car will be really good.
And they also had the Folgore over there, which is the electric version of this car, which has 761 horsepower, but let's not talk electric today, because Maserati discontinued with their V8. The previous Maseratis came with the 4.7 liter V8, so this car
has a 3 liter V6, which comes straight out of Italy, powering 550 horsepower and 600 millimeters of torque.
Which is enough if you ask me, especially in a luxury Italian art car like this. In my opinion, it is a great daily driver, but it is not your usual sport car.
I think this car is more a sort of luxury business sports car than rather taking it to the Nordschleife, to the Nürburgring and take it on track. But again, it looks really good in my opinion. I mean, just look at the design. These lines in the bonnet, that shapes, which will go to the intercooler over here. A huge grille, of course, which we know from Maserati, but the front of this car is just so beautiful. They changed the lights. These lights look really good in my opinion. Also finished in carbon. Side skirt is also from carbon, and this is, by the way, the Trofeo, not the Modena, which means that it is the sporty version, and it really is. It has red interior, not really my taste, but it looks okay.
We have this big steering wheel with these giant flippers, and honestly I think these flippers come out of a Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio or the GTM version. They are the same shape, the same height and the same clicky sound, but if it's not from Alfa Romeo, I still love it.
Over here we have a sports chrono, which is really cool. Let me start the car. Reminds me of Porsche. A small watch in the dashboard, and over here we have the Italian flag and a GranCabrio lettering. The screen is really good with Apple CarPlay, but there is one thing that I really don't like, and that is the transmission. So this is the Euro transmission. Normally you would have a lever over here to put it in their gears, but this is the transmission right now. So this is drive, and if you press the again you will put it in manual, so you can use those flippers yourself. Also we have a lot of driving options with Comfort, GT, Sport and Corsa. Of course stands for race in Italian.
This GranCabrio is finished with a custom exhaust to make the V6 sound even louder.
And it sounds good if you ask me. So it has a custom exhaust and no muffler.
Despite those modifications, the car is still not really that loud. I mean, if you have to make these adjustments and
the car is still not very loud, then not a good thing. So look at this paint, by the way. A lot of flakes, really lovely, and those door handles are also very Italian. Nice interior, nice car, nice V6, 550 horsepower. I would say let's get in the car and go for a drive.
I'm now driving in Corsa, which of course stands for the race mode in Italian, and I'm actually quite curious what this car can do. So I'm not driving in manual, I have to press the D again to put it in manual, and now I have a really fancy screen. Also these flipper clicks. I love it. When I drove the Ferrari 488 Spider, they had exactly flippers like these, and I really love these big flippers with that click, just so Italian. Driving 50 kilometers an hour, by the way. So let's see what the car can do. Let's downshift a couple of times. As already said, the car is not really loud, and it has already been modified. Okay, that is loud. It really comes alive when you push it a little bit. I mean, yes, that is loud. But it's only like around 4,000 RPM. But the car steers really good. It drives really well. Just Italian art on the road. Okay, that bang is really loud. Also speed bumps. Handles it really well. .550 horsepower and you can really feel it. 600 Nm of torque. I mean, the quality of the car is just really good. But that's where the Italians are really good at. Rear wheel drive, by the way. It goes pretty fast. I must say, you can feel you're driving really fast, but it's not really hearable. This car has Italian style and luxury and sport combined in one car. And then you get this Maserati GranCabrio. Look at the steering. So light, so easy. So I've just driven a 992 Turbo S and I think this car is better drivable than that 992 Turbo S Porsche, because that Porsche goes so quick, and here you can drive and shift without really speeding, but you're not going as light speed fast as that 992 Turbo S did. 3-liter V6 twin turbo. So now I went really quick without knowing, because I didn't hear any sound of the engine. I'm addicted to shifting this car with these lovely pedals. It's just such a good feeling. Well, I actually like it. It does not make the same sound as the 4.7 V8, which we know from Maserati, but it sounds good. It is quick, it is styleful, and it's a cabriolet, so a good summer car. However, I like the looks of a coupe more. Quite nice to have the sun on your face while driving an Italian beast like this. It does not pop, by the way. I don't think that's a problem until you shift. I also have a really fancy G-force meter in my dashboard, the turbo pressure, Newton-meters of torque, and the oil pressure. That pop on that shift is so dramatic. I like it. It's fast, it sounds okay. Of course, this car has some other audience, mostly like business owners or some elder people, so I don't think the sound is really necessary. It drives good and it looks good. And now my fuel tank is already low. That 3.0 V6 isn't really good for the fuel consumption, but who cares? Go out there and drive this car in the Italian mountains. Take it to the Dolomites, and I think that will be a really proper car. I honestly did not expect it to drive it this good. Now driving on some back roads, a really good performance. And I certainly did not expect that from a Maserati. Of course, you have the MC20, which is a bit of a track car.
I was hoping to drive that car one day because I am so much in love with that car. It has 80 horsepower more, and it actually has the same engine, the 3-liter V6 twin turbo, but in the MC20 you have that engine in the back, behind your ears. And in this car, it is a front engine car. I don't have any struggle with the road handling of this car. No dangerous things too, 550 horsepower on the rear wheels is sometimes a bit scary. Nothing. Another underrated car ticked off my list. This car is by the way for sale at GTO Cars, which is down linked below. I really want to thank them for giving me this car, as I really enjoyed it. So I really did not expect this from a Maserati like this. Of course it is a tourer, hence the name GranCabrio. I certainly liked it, and if you liked it too, then don't forget to like and subscribe on my channel. And maybe I will see you one day in another underrated car like this.